Dynamic Comics #1, published 1941 by Harry A. Chesler, features Syndicate. Story. Text. The bandits climbed the trail onto the mesa and caught Terry Latham just as he rode down through the pass. Black Carson, the leader of the band, rode out from the tall timber and poked his gun into Terry's neck. "Get him up!" rasped Black Carson. The cowpuncher eased himself in the saddle, released his hands from the reins, and raised his arms. Carson took Terry Latham's six-shooter from his holster. 5 members of Black Carson's band rode out and surrounded the roan on which Terry sat. Black Carson slapped his hands about Terry's waist and growled, "Come on. Ya got gold on ya. Where is it? If you can't find it, then it stands to reason that I ain't got it." The bandit raised his arm and swung hard across Terry's mouth. "We can make ya talk," he said slowly, bringing the weight of his words to bear on the roving 6-gun in his fist. "We seen ya leave the bank with the sack of dust, and we seen ya go to the gal's cabin, and it ain't there." Latham's tanned cheeks flushed to a bright copper hue. "You coyotes? You been to Jane Oliver's cabin?" "The same," replied Black Carson. "And if you want to see her alive and safe, you'll start talking." He turned to the men. "Ride on to camp with this hombre and keep your hands on your guns. We'll give him time to think." With Latham surrounded, the bandits rode down the trail over the side of the mesa, along its base to a spot settled among a dozen huge boulders. It was a natural fortress, allowing only a single-file entrance between 2 large rocks. Carson directed Latham to go ahead of his men. They were not kidding. Jane Oliver was there, her tawny hair tumbling over flame-red cheeks. When she saw Latham, her eyes flashed resentment. "Terry!" she cried. "Don't tell them!" Carson raised the lariat from his saddle and, holding it like a whip, struck the girl full across the face. "Oh!" she cried. Tears came to her eyes through a tension that was trying desperately to hold them back. "Ya rat," said Terry. "All right, ya win." "Don't tell him," cried the girl. "It's our stake for the future." Carson laughed. "Future? Ya won't have no future if you don't talk." "It's in the saddle blanket," Terry told them. "Oh, Terry," the girl said in dismay. "You shouldn't have—" Carson ordered, "Get off your horse." He stood, holding the gun he had taken from Latham. Terry whipped his leg over the saddle. His boot caught the bandit flush in the jaw. Black Carson swore. Terry leaped down and grabbed his gun from Carson's hand. "One move for the girl and I'll put a bullet through Carson's skull," he told the startled bandits. The bandits hesitated uncertainly. Carson struggled and Latham brought the handle of the 6-gun down behind the bandits' ears. "Ride, Jane!" Terry shouted. She looked at him uncertainly. "But you?" Pushing Carson's limp form before him, he edged his way toward the opening. "Take my horse along," he said. He waited with Carson's limp form at his feet, while the bandits gaped in awe at the escape that was happening before their eyes. Jane sent Terry's horse ahead and rode through the opening in the rocks. Terry laid Carson across the opening, wedging him solidly between the boulders. Jane held the horse ready. Terry ran and jumped astride the animal. They were across the mesa, heading for the timber before the bandits had got past Black Carson. They kept going straight for town. "They'd sure be surprised, honey, if they knew I held 'em off with a 6-gun loaded with gold dust and a belt full of bullets loaded with the same." Background and bio. Source. This story first appeared in Dynamic Comics #1, October 1941, published by Harry A. Chesler's Comic Book Shop, one of the earliest comic packagers and publishers in the Golden Age. Format. Instead of a comic strip with illustrations, 6-Shooter Surprise is presented as a short prose story, a common feature in early 1940s comic books, which often included a text-only page to qualify for cheaper postal rates. Characters. Terry Latham, a brave cowpuncher who relies on grit and quick thinking. Jane Oliver, the damsel under threat, but with fire and determination. Black Carson, outlaw leader and chief villain of the tale. Style. The story reflects the pulp western tradition filled with slang, ya, get, and themes of courage, frontier justice, and clever bluffing with a six-shooter.